Good afternoon. In the second video of the series, I'll be talking about agroforestry, explain the term, and compare it with the other forms of farming that we know of, that is traditional and post-industrial chemical-based farming. Now, agroforestry may sound very esoteric, but it's not so. It is just combining agriculture and forestry in the same piece of land. Now, that point is important to note, the same piece of land, and I'll explain how that makes a difference later on. The all forms of farming till now uh, were carried out in clearings. Probably man might have realized in his during his evolution that sowing seeds in clearing where the plants were exposed to 12 hours of sunlight in a day and augmented by irrigation and other farming support, he could extract a larger harvest and do it in a very convenient manner. He didn't have to forage through large tracts of jungles and forests to gather his food, and that is how it the image of the term farm itself evokes a scene of open tracts with few or hardly any trees and crops swaying in the breeze or things like that. A clearing, therefore, is a very common thing connected with forests. The second thing, this is of course very commonly known and it's commonly understood. The second thing which one doesn't really give it a thought to is that farming was always connected to forests. There is a deep, inalienable, and inseparable bond between forests and farm. I'll explain later in this video. Whether it was the traditional farming till 1700, 1800 or so, before the industries brought in chemicals into the business, which they drew their fertility, the continued fertility, from the forests which were nearby. Even though they were in open fields, the supplementing fecundity or fertility of the soil was derived from the forests by way of cattle and other animals foraging there, bringing back the dung, or other forest produce which was brought in by man and utilized in the villages and the settlements that he was in. Similarly, of course, the jhum cultivation, which is another form of uh, farming which was carried out by the tribals in jungles, in which they used to clear out pieces of land, till it for as long as the fertility remained, and then moved on, and this place used to regenerate. In both, the fecundity was directly dependent on the munificence of the forest, and it always is. This needs to be understood. There is just no way that one can get away from forests while farming. And I'll explain how, in the current scenario where we feel that we have moved away, it's still not so, because even in chemical based farming, the fertilizers that we get are all extracted from petroleum. And what is petroleum? Petroleum is just fossilized forests which have been buried for millions of years. So now I am sure you would get that connect, that it's the forests which sustain us. In many ways, these are very central to our the biosphere that today human beings live in, and we'll be talking more on this later on in the series. But the point here is only to connect between the two. In the in as the industrial revolution progressed, the population of uh, the human population actually really exploded. It's very interesting to note that uh, the number of human beings on earth, which was just about 1 billion before industrial revolution in the year 1700, is today close to touching 8 billion and counting. Now this has caused a severe stress on forests, which today are disappearing at a very high rate. The uh, access to forests is very limited because there's hardly any forest around, and whatever is there is sequestered by the governments of the uh, concerned countries. So there's nothing which can be brought in from there. Now this is a very dangerous situation because not only forests are very very important for the ecosystem and the environment that our body has evolved to, but also the food that we get from the huge and largely invisible interaction between macro and micro flora and fauna in the forests is the real healthy thing. Otherwise, the problems with the food as of today we are quite familiar with. So agroforestry, in this way, in a way, tries to get back the two together. Uh, as the ill effects of industrialization on environmental and human health started being realized, it was in mid 20th century that people started thinking of combining the two. I must say that I wasn't very aware of it, and when decided to settle on at Ashray, it just seemed to be the logical um, course of action because I had to generate my own fertility. The fecundity of the soil had to come in from within this piece of land. Anything from outside was not available from the forest, and whatever was available was thereafter chemical and not good for me or the environment. But of course, later on, as I interacted more with the people who are much more learned than I could ever be, I learnt about agroforestry and finally settled on for the spondle. Now, the exact methodology that has been adopted and is being practiced by me, there'll be a few more videos it will take to explain that. So I will limit myself to the 7.5 minutes that I've constrained my videos to be completed in. And in the later videos in the series, the next one and the one after that, probably two more videos, I'll explain how agroforestry and the various dimensions of it are being practiced at Ashray. Thank you.